Hi folks, welcome to Ayr. Just got here literally a few minutes ago. Not planning on streaming here for too long because it's a bit cold. It's a bit windy down here as well. So I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll make this into two streams. Okay, we'll do the first one for about maybe 20 minutes or so, and then I'll come back with another one because I haven't really had any lunch. To be honest, like I'm doing 17. So we'll give it a minute or so, see if anyone comes on, and then we'll take it from there. I'm not doing anything pre-recorded down here, not today. We did that last time. So I tell you what, we'll go over and wait in the bus shelter over there. It's a little bit less windy. And we'll see a few of them on the first stream, hopefully again on the second one. I was thinking about going for a haircut actually before I did this live stream. Getting rid of this facial hair that I've got. I've actually got a beard now, if I'm being honest. Oh, yeah, that's better. Yeah, that wind. Well, I still feel the wind a little bit. It's not as bad. Yeah, we'll live stream for maybe 20 minutes or so. And I'll call the second one Ayr live stream part 2 or something like that. So yeah, we're down here in Ayr in southwest of Scotland. Well, yeah, west coast, southwest, whatever you like to call it. I mean, that's MX08 GOK on the 43 there. That's the first one. We've actually got one of the yellow ones. It's just recently been transferred up here. I think they came from Manchester, unless I'm very much mistaken. So there is a bus that departs from this bus stop. It's not a very frequent service, if I'm being honest. It's the 347 to Rankinston. I've actually done that route, so that's available to watch on the channel. But yep, here at last. I was intending to get here a little bit earlier than this, but unfortunately I couldn't because I was dealing with a few other private things in town. Dwayne says, hi bro, are you Scottish by any chance? Yes, certainly am, mate. Certainly am. That's the 585 to Ardrossan, eventually to Largs. That's actually quite a long run actually, although it's not that far from here to Largs, maybe about 30 miles, but the 585 is quite a long route. It's about, I think it's about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I know it seems like a long time just to travel 30 odd miles, but yep, I'm not going to be live streaming for too long this time because I'm going to go and get some dinner soon. That's YN64HK there on the 58. 58 is the one that goes to Dalry and then Stranraer, I think. Stranraer, that's about 50 odd miles from here. Or is that the 68 goes to? No, 58 is Girvan, because there's the 58 departing for Girvan over there. I'll tell you what, come on. We'll go back over to the bus station. There's no point standing in that bus stop. Oops. Sorry if the picture flickered a little bit there. I just tripped on the curb. Right, the only way to get in is round this way, isn't it? Yeah, it's not the biggest of bus stations, and certainly isn't the most modern. It's quite an old one, this one. 66013 there, the electric, one of the electric buses. And what's the registration number? Can't quite see it from here. SJ23HUD. HTU, sorry. 66013. I'm thinking of another vehicle. YN64HV on the 58. Actually, here would be a good place. Plus, we can see them just leaving. There's YN64HK over there on the 60. To Girvan, Elder Avenue. Don't know where that is in Girvan. I don't know that area at all. But as I said, I'm only going to be streaming for about 20 minutes, half an hour just now. Then I'm going to go get some dinner, get something to eat, because I'm actually quite hungry now. And come back and do a second live stream, maybe an hour or so later. So there'll be 2 streams from here today. 64012 here, LC71KYB. Still don't know what routes these ones are going on to. But X77 to Moncton, eventually Glasgow. That was the one I came down on actually. And surprisingly I didn't fall asleep on it. Because usually these coaches are so warm that I usually end up falling asleep. Downton says, are you going dogging tonight? Yeah, we'll have less of that, thank you. So, sorry, you're going in time out. Jack says, hey Alba. Right, hi Alba, what's up? You were on the X77 earlier, that's right, I was. Certainly was, mate. And surprisingly, I didn't fall asleep. Because I usually do on one of these ones, they're usually that warm. I think we've got an X-Fifer over there, just hiding out. That's one of the X-Tailink 99s. Come on, let's go and have a look. I think we have. Oh, something smells good. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but it's making me hungry. It's like burgers or burger and chips or something like that. Mind you, something like that would be good just now. Considering when I left Buchanan bus station, I just had a coffee and a snowball because I was rushing to get the coach, or rushing to get the bus. It's YN64AHK as we saw. No, actually that's not an X5 one, that one. I thought that was one of the X-Tailink 99s, but it's not. Oh, sorry. 64003 LC71KXS. It's actually a bit more sheltered up this part of the bus station. To be honest, I'm smoking a cigar or something near here. It stinks. I hate it. As I said, I'm a non-smoker, so I don't smoke, so I hate the smell of these things. That's 28696 there. And Jack says, well done for not falling asleep. Yeah, I didn't go rocky-bye this time. I probably will go home tomorrow night from the works night out, because I might be a little merry. So I'll try not to do any live streams and make a complete fool of myself. But that might happen. That might happen, who knows. Sorry. We'll go down to the exit again and we'll see what we can see. As I said, I'm only doing a short stream this time before getting some dinner, and then we'll see how it goes. There's not much going on around this part at the moment, so there's another one of these electric ones that doesn't serve the bus station, just come around the other end. So I'll tell you what, it's only a short walk from here, so come on, we'll go up and I'll show you it. I do like this one down here. gives me an excuse to have a Wetherspoons, which is where I'm going to go for dinner. It's only a short walk from here. And the Mercure Hotel over there. So, you're pretty sorted down here. And if you love your wrestling, like I do, you'll know that Ayr has a link with wrestling. Especially WWE. Because Ayr is the hometown of the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. I'll try not to trip over that curb Nick this time, because it's a pretty big one. Right, this road that I'm walking towards, I thought I would maybe come down here next Tuesday instead of going to Edinburgh, because look, it's a lot quieter. That was so busy yesterday, I could hardly move. Having to apologise to people for walking into them, and then people were walking in front of me, and that's what happens though near Christmas time in Edinburgh. So I think we'll ditch Edinburgh on Tuesday. I might just have a day being local on Tuesday. Possibly. Avoid the crowds. It's Enviro 100 EV on the one. So I mean, there's some buses here. I just felt that gust of wind there. I'm sorry if the picture does go funny. I can't control the wind obviously. It's coming off the sea, so we are pretty damn close to the sea here. I'll cross over. Trying to avoid the racers. It's far too fast on this road. Jeez, so. See, that's what happens. It blows my hood up when it's dry and blows it down when it's pouring rain. Oh, it's really annoying that. Little Solo on the number 2. FT130UH. Another electric one, LC71KXY on the 3 to Kincaidston. Kincaidston, I'm not quite sure, I think it's Kincaidston, that's how it's pronounced. I know my way around. Oh god. It's rather windy here. There's LC71KXP there. And that's LC71KXY on the 3 to Kincaidston there. So there's 2 of them moving at the same time. Number 6 to Bossall Park, just down here. That's one of the new Enviro 400 EVs. I've got quite a lot of EVs down here. SK25AZO. They're nice buses, those 400 EVs. Not bad at all. I suppose if I'm walking backwards, I should start saying beep, 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 beep. I'll catch up with your messages in just a moment, guys. But as I said, that's SK25AZO 80204. Right, come on, we'll go back to the bus station and hopefully get a little bit of shelter, because it is rather windy here. And it's not exactly what you call warm. soon as I get round, the bus station is only just round that corner anyway, so as soon as I get round there, I'll have a look at your messages. And we're going to do a little live tomorrow, heading up to Aberdeen. I'm going to have a day off though on Sunday. A day to myself, I think. Might be a little worse for wear than Sunday. Anything that is live on Sunday, just be local. It won't be anything too far afield. I mean, we are about 70 hour. When I say we, I mean I am about 70 odd miles from home here. You could try nearly doubling that for tomorrow for Aberdeen. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh, at least I was going to say at least the wind has died down a little bit, but no, my luck, I'll feel it again. Yeah, just as I thought. LC71KYB just leaving there. Oh, ex-Cumbernauld Enviro 400 MMC on the 52. SN16OMA. As you see the little solo in the background there. The same one that we saw a few minutes ago. No, I didn't fall asleep on the Elite coming down because I had a few emails to answer and a few phone calls to make, so it was all good. And I managed to charge my power bank as well, so we're sorted that way as well. And on the 43.8 and bank is the LC71KXX. I'm just standing in here just now because I'm going to actually read some of your messages. Jack says, so you got the M8 earlier to Glasgow, then X77 to Ayr. Yes, unfortunately I had to, because I had a few things to deal with in town. Oh, nice Scania YP63 PVK on the 585. That's a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting to see that because they're usually on the X36 from Glasgow. I certainly wasn't expecting to see that in the 585 today. Right, back to the messages. I had to take the M8 earlier on today because unfortunately I had a few things to deal with in town, so I missed the P2 bus out to Castle View Park and Ride. I thought about taking a taxi, but I thought, nah, because I'll just get in the M8, you know. I could, however, on the way to Aberdeen tomorrow, take the A3 up to Dundee, maybe, we'll see. Or get a Flixbus if it's got any seats available. It's always an option. And Jack says, I love the X77 yellow coach. Yep, they are good ones, these Elites. Does any Flixbus or Citylink buses come down to Ayr? Sadly, no Flixbuses here, but there is one Citylink service that runs every, I think there's maybe 3 journeys a day from Glasgow to Stranraer, 923. Because I might get the 923 back up to Glasgow. Maybe. It's a bit bizarre with the 923 actually, because this is what I've been told by one of the drivers. On the way down to Stranraer, they're only allowed to pick up passengers in Ayr going to Stranraer, and on the way to Glasgow, they're only allowed to drop passengers off in Ayr. Now, you tell me how that makes sense. It doesn't. I managed to get on one night though when the X77 had broken down and the 740 journey was going to be cancelled. This is when the services were hourly at night. They're now every half an hour because Cumbernauld Depot operates a few journeys at night on the new X77K service, which just basically runs the same way as the X77. As S-Drive 75 XOY pulls in, I actually seen that one in Glasgow as I was getting off the Citylink. That didn't even me just getting here if I decided to get that one. I was feeling a little cold in Glasgow and I thought, you know what, I think I'll take that one. And then I thought, maybe not, it's 2.5 hours. Yes, 2.5 hours, I don't think so. Anyway, I'll have another look at these messages and then we'll head over there. Do you have good battery, mate? Yeah, well, it's sitting at 54 at the moment because it has been charging, but I've been using it to make and receive some calls and answer some emails as well. But my power bank's fully charged, so I've got that if I need it. I can use USBs on the buses as well, so we're all good. Drake says, I see the number plate may bother me. Okay. He says, I say beep beep all the time, yeah. And we've also got a live in Aberdeen tomorrow, as I said. M. Kerr says, any electric buses down in Ayr? Yeah, there's quite a lot down here, to be honest. There's a few in the bus station. I'll show you them in a few minutes. Jack says, yes, nice surprise. And he says, I'm on SF74YNS. It's been fixed. On X24, I'm assuming that will be. Supertram says, by the way, they have fixed YND YNS. Then he says, how does that work? On the 923, I'm not too sure, to be honest, mate. I'm genuinely not too sure. Drake says YND is Citylink and YNS is Stagecoach. Yep, that's right. And Supertram says, yep, I made a mistake. I got 9700DD on the 740 this morning instead of the Megabus Plaxton. I think I'll pick the Megabus Plaxton over a 9700DD. Just honest opinion. As YN64A Giant X pulls in. Quite a lot of the X number 4 Scanias from Kilmarnock Depot are now here in Ayr. Although, one or two of them have made their way up to Aberdeen, so we might see them tomorrow, hopefully. Because I'm hearing that Peterhead Depot is closing and all the vehicles from there have been moved to other depots. Don't quote me on this, but I think they're all going to Tullis Depot, which is Aberdeen. Could be wrong. Now that's the 42 to Cronbury. No idea what that is. Okay, we'll go into the bus station and see what we can see. And then I might call it time on the first part of this stream. Go and get some dinner and then come back for part 2. We'll see what we can see at the exit. That could have been where the smell of food was coming from earlier on. Golden City Chinese takeaway. Sweet and sour chicken balls, fried rice. Oh, sounds good. Smells good as well. Or maybe, what other type of Chinese dishes do you like? I'll eat anything when it comes to Chinese food, basically. Chinese, Indian, Italian. I don't like Japanese food though. Sushi and all that. Yuck. Horrible. Oh, we've got a Solo coming back round. Was that might have been on a 2A actually. It is on the 2A to the Esplanade. See, that little bus is ideal for that size. FT13ODH. No, what I mean is that a little Solo. Try that again, Gallivanter. A little Solo like that one is ideal for a route of that length, because the 2A only runs to the Esplanade, which is about a 10-minute walk from here. That was where I was when I did my last live stream down here in Ayr. I think it was for the weekend festival of the Ayr show. Although I couldn't really get too close to the planes, and I know that there was another YouTuber, Planes TV, I think it was, who was doing a far better job than I was, because I was watching their footage when I got home that night, and they did it a lot better than I did. In fact, I think I've seen myself on a few times on their stream. That's quite possible. SN16OMA there, which I don't have my little book with me for the fleet numbers, unfortunately. That's 10515. Yeah, I've left it at home. I actually need to update it, to be honest, because there's a few. What I do is I put down the fleet numbers of the vehicles for each operator. You know, they'll have it Stagecoach West, and when vehicles get moved around, like say something comes up from the Midlands, I've got to update it, or if something goes south to say, I don't know, Oxford, I have to update that as well. But I haven't updated it for a few months, so I'll need to update it and see what's what. One of the few elites still in the original Air Preston Glasgow livery. I actually like that, to be honest. As the side panel's opening up. That is 54365. And the passing on 52 to Bellbank is LC71KXS 64003. That's one of the electric ones. I'll catch up with your messages in just a moment, guys, I promise. We'll see one or two more departing, then I'm going to go and get some dinner. And as I said on the 4 to Kilmarnock, that's STRI75XOY, Yutong E12. Although, someone once said to me that's a Yutong E10, that's not an E10, I can assure you, it's not. An E10 is half the size of an E12. It's like saying T12 and T14. The T14 is twice the size of a T12. You know, the Ember ones. Most of these T12s have now been reallocated up to their Inverness depot for the E6 route up to Thurso, and the E7 between Inverness and Aberdeen. I'll be finishing that route off after the New Year. And not in service is LC71KYB with the fleet number 64012. I think that one's finished for the day. Heading back to the depot. The depot's Durnfoot, and I don't really know where Durnfoot is from here, to be honest, because I don't really know Ayr that well. I know the town centre, but that's about it. Surrounding streets, surrounding areas, forget it. I haven't got a clue. Right, let's have a look at your messages. Supertram says, but we nearly got into an accident on the A9 this morning as a van driver pulled it in front of us. That's happened to me a few times, mate. I'll tell you a little story about that in just a moment. He also says, I saw a Megabus 9700DD on the M9 at Dundee today. That's actually quite common, to be honest. SNX Cumbernauld plus that one. And they all said, hi, well hello mate, it's good to hear from you. Good to have you on board. And that's the Fortitude to Cranberry. Sounding a bit throaty, that one. Scania Enviro 300 Y64AJX. Now, the story that I was going to tell you about. What happened was, I was on an Enviro 400 one night on my way home. I think it was 8969 possibly on the girls one on 52, and the driver had to brake sharply just on the other side of the River Forth, you know, where it crosses the river heading out towards Causeway Head, and he had to brake that sharply that the pole in front of it, let's just say, nearly met with my plums. That would have been very, very painful had that happened. It would have been really funny, especially if it was caught in film. It would have been hilarious for anyone else on board, but bringing tears to my eyes. And tomorrow night, I promise, if I do get a bit drunk, I won't be doing what everyone else thinks and dancing with tears in my eyes. Well, if any Poles and buses were to meet with my plums, I probably would be dancing with tears in my eyes. Yeah, we've got Easy Shop over there. Never been in that. I don't know what type of shop it is. I think it's just a convenience store. And you've got Ayla convenience store just across the road. I might pop in there and get a bottle of juice actually for the return journey. But yeah, not really much going on here at the moment. Nothing much coming and going. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, guys. I'll let you go. Honk honk to you too, pal. I'll let you go just now, and I'll bring you back maybe in about an hour or so. I'm going to go and get some dinner. and I'll catch up with you then, alright?